What's going on, guys? I'm Travis of the 406 Boys. Dylan!
What's up?
You're back!
Yeah.
You,
You want to do this video or what?
yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. And now we present to you Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honeys, and its runner-ups.
Don't spoil it.
Well, everyone knows that what number one is going to be for the worst ones.
True. Okay.
Just delete. Forget that. Men in Black, memory erased.
Okay. So, without further ado, here are the top 10 worst movies of 2023.
Kicking off our list at number 10 is Boogeyman. This was a movie that actually had somewhat of a strong start in the beginning, but the problem that I have with this is that I remember less and less about the movie as as time goes on. There's things that I like about it, but overall it's just filled with cliches and of better movies, and it's ultimately kind of a dull to go through.
I would have to agree, and it just wasn't that entertaining overall.
Not really scary either. But again, you could I would say the first 5 minutes of the movie is pretty good. Number 9, 65. Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
How do you make a movie about Adam Driver from a futuristic planet fighting dinosaurs with futuristic tech boring?
I don't know, but they did it.
Yeah. If you've seen the trailers and you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, most of the dinosaur stuff you see in the trailer is the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And even some of the stuff that's in the beginning, basically, that's not a clip of what happened, that it shows pretty much the entire thing.
Yep.
And I like the idea of having no dialogue whatsoever, but the thing is, it's just not done well. It's just overall,
It really isn't.
It's just, again, kind of a dull, disappointing watch. The next on our list is Champions.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of knew what I was going to get myself into, but it still didn't make it that much better.
Yeah.
Because why is it that we live in the 2020s and we're still making movies about people with mental disabilities only there to help able-bodied people be better people? They're used as props, and it doesn't help that literally their disabilities are just basically there for laugh at that person.
Exactly.
They did something quirky.
Yep.
Number 7 is actually The Pope's Exorcist. And the odd thing about it is that the first half was actually okay.
Yeah, the first half really, I quite enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I will say about this movie is,
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe was quite enjoyable throughout the entire thing.
Russell Crowe, I think, carried the whole movie, even when things went south. At first, I was like, oh, I know what I'm getting myself into. And then the first half, okay, they're doing something sort of original. Then the last half came, it's like, okay, there we go. The Exorcist copy stuff.
Yeah. Russell Crowe, though, the entire movie was quite enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely. Number 6 on our list is Expendables 4, which is a movie that should not have been boring, but it was a chore to get through.
Yep.
Awful action sequences that were not exciting. See, a lot of CGI blood that literally seemed like they were going to make it a PG-13, but last second decided to make it a rated R and just added a bunch of gore that was just CGI rather than just refilm the whole thing.
And I didn't really get a chance to see the movie, but correct me if I'm wrong, Megan Fox was in this movie, right?
Yes.
And I know a lot of dudes out there are like, oh, Megan Fox, but if I'm being completely honest, there's so many more women out there that are Like, I'll be honest, I used to be one of those guys that were like, I used to have pictures on my door plastered of Megan Fox, but I grew out of that phase, and there's so many more women out there that are more.
And even if that were the case, none of the actors really have any chemistry whatsoever. Like the whole back and forth thing that the movie advertised itself as, there's nothing to it. It's just a kind of a boring action plot that seems like an AI wrote it.
And I feel like they should have just not made any more expendable.
They should have left it alone after the third one. Once the third one underperformed, they should have just left it alone.
Exactly.
Number 5 is The Meg 2, The Trench. A movie based on the trailer does not look like it was going to be a boring movie, but again, spoiler alert, the shark action and carnage, most of it in the trailer is in the last 25 minutes of the movie. It actually takes forever to get there, and none of the characters are really even that interesting to make up for it.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Yep, exactly.
Exorcist Believer.
This one is painful.
And the original Exorcist, at this moment, has to be probably my favorite horror film. And so it pains me that the people that made this film, honestly, it seemed like they didn't care. They just took a well-known name and just decided to try to capture lightning in the bottle with the David Green. I'm blanking on this name. The guy that did the new Halloween trilogy.
Yeah.
Try to capture lightning in the bottle, which... Why? Why Exorcist of all things?
Exactly.
But I don't want this video to be too long, but I have a laundry list of issues with Believer. Number 3 on our list is going to be a movie that most of you may not have heard. Love Again.
Yep.
It's... The odd thing about this one is that it has every single cliche from an early 2000s rom-com. Like it's like an AI was told to write a Hallmark romance type movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest issue is the fact that I could see everything coming from a mile away, and it was just overall very boring.
I agree.
Number 2, Hypnotic.
Oh boy.
Oh, Robert Rodriguez. How is it that you have made some good films and then turn out possibly the most boring film that I've ever seen you make?
Like, what were you thinking?
I know it was a passion project that he wanted to make.
Yeah.
But it seems like he wrote the script in the early 2000s, late 90s, or whenever he did, and just never changed anything.
You just completely missed the mark.
Because the idea is cool, but this one was probably out of all of them the most boring on the list.
I would have to agree.
Number 1.
The one you all know that was coming.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I was even joking at one point that that if anyone can guess what number 1 is going to be, they get a PlayStation 5, but decide not to do it because everyone would win. Everyone would have a PlayStation 5 because how could this film have not made it to number 1?
Yeah.
And if this is not number 1 on anyone else's list, you just haven't seen the movie. That's the only reason. If you want more thoughts on why this film was such a disaster, keep in mind I have not seen the sequel yet. I have heard it's better.
Yep.
This is just this movie.
Yep.
But how? I don't understand.
The lighting was terrible.
I don't understand how there are people that defend this movie.
Exactly. So that was our top 10 worst movies of 2023. If you have any movies you didn't like of 2023, comment them down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, turn on notifications so you get No Notepad when we upload new videos. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Travis.
I'm the Pro 6 Boys. See ya.
He's back.